What is up, family? A little break in protocol today. If you hear an echo and hear noises around me, I am out the country. I'm in El Salvador for about 10 days at the time of this recording, and something came over my spirit that I wanted to get this on wax. I'm not using my podcast equipment. I am using my handheld mic, and I'm in this empty gym right now. I wish you can see it. It's this empty, old school gym. I'm in here by myself. I've been here by myself the last couple of days in this gym. There's no air condition. Fans don't work. It's just sliding windows, old school. It's about 90, 95 degrees outside, and the humidity is insane. And I'm in here sweating my ass off, getting to get in. But that's the point of this episode. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? As I was training, I turned the music off and I just started listening to my thoughts, and I just started talking out loud, and almost like I preached myself a sermon. And this feeling came over me that I felt like, man, I think my people, my community needs to hear this. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for permission? Are you waiting for someone to knock on your door and give you an opportunity? Are you waiting for the right time? Are you waiting for the right president? Are you waiting for the right job? Are you waiting for the right person? Like, are you waiting for someone to say, hey, it's your turn, you can do it now? What are you waiting for? Listen, I've been where you're at. I've been there. Physically, I was 80 pounds heavier than I am now less than 2 years ago. 275 plus pounds. Right now, I'm about 200. The lowest I've gotten was about 297, 296-ish. I'm sorry, 197, 196-ish. That would be crazy if I got up to 300 pounds. But no, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired, I'm windy, you can hear it. But the lowest I've gotten was to 197, 196. And here's the thing. I look at everything like relationships, right? And I want to say I never used to always look at it like this, but I look at it like this now. God has designed everything for relationship, right? Everything needs something or someone else in order to reach its fullest potential and purpose. There is nothing that is a living organism, human being, or animal that can exist sufficiently and reach its fullest potential by itself. Plants need water, proper soil, sunlight. Right? We need community. We need water, food, shelter, community. We need partnership. You need a woman that can help you fulfill your potential. And she needs you to help her fulfill her purpose. If that does not happen, we have dysfunction. You are not designed to do this life on your own. You're not. We are dependent on one another to reach our fullest potential. But here's the caveat, right? And this is the message. I'm in this gym by myself, okay? When I lost 75, 80 pounds, that was a decision I made for myself. It was just me in my mind, my spirit, the gym, and in the kitchen. That was an internal battle I had with myself. Yes, I had community. I had people that were rooting me on. I was sharing my journey on social media. Yes. But at the end of the day, the work was dependent on me. Even if you have a trainer, even if you're taking classes, you still have to show up. You still have to cook the food. You still have to eat the food and put it in your mouth. You still have to make the time. You still have to make sure you're prioritizing your sleep. You have to do that. What am I saying? In order for your partner to help you reach your potential, you have to put your broken pieces together first. Putting together your brokenness is your responsibility. It's not the responsibility of your community or your partner. It is you. It is you. It is your responsibility to write your business plan. It is your responsibility to record that episode. It is your responsibility to write that post. It is your responsibility to post that content. It is your responsibility. It is not your community's responsibility. It's not. It's yours. When I started my journey in losing 75, 80 pounds, it was my decision. I had to take my brokenness and start putting these pieces back together. I want you to look at this illustration right now. If I were to have a vase, let's say I went to IKEA or Target and I bought a vase or a vase, depending on where you're from, and I paid $150 for it. And let's say I'm at home and I drop it and it shatters, completely shatters. But it shatters in a way that I can put some of these pieces back together. Now, it may not look 100% like it was before. There's going to be cracks, right? There's going to be some chips. There's going to be some dents. There's going to be some scratches. But I can still put these pieces back together. You see, when you look at a relationship and you have a partner, it is not their responsibility to look at your vase and say, this is how you should put it back together. Watch this. Fellas, it is my responsibility, it is your responsibility to look at your vase and start to repurpose, repackage, and reposition the brokenness that you have and put these pieces back together. It's your job to get the crazy glue. It's your job to take the time, sit down, turn on the light, and look at how can I take this thing that's broken and put these pieces back together the best of my ability. And this is the beautiful part about relationships, and this is why I'm saying, what are you waiting for? The moment I put the pieces back together, it's not going to look the same. It's not going to look as perfect as it did before. But it's going to look different. It's going to look unique. It's going to stand out. And when you have a partner that you can now allow them to start to speak life into your potential, see, beforehand, you wanted your partner to speak life into your brokenness, meaning, I need you to help me put these pieces back together. But they can't even help you reach your potential until you start putting your broken pieces back together. That's your job. But watch this. The partner that is for you, when they see you putting in the work and putting your brokenness back together, and then when you're finished and you got this new, unique, beautiful, odd-looking, special, one-of-a-kind, because here's the thing. If you bought that vase from Target for $150, odds are there was 150 other ones in there that was just like that. It looks exactly the same. But now that you've broken and put it back together, there's nothing that looks like that now. That's a one-of-one. And the partner that is for you, that is going to help you maximize your potential, they're going to look at that vase and say, babe, I think you can sell that for about $1,500 minimum. What am I saying? The thing that you bought for $150, when you broke it and you put it back together, she saw 10 times the value in it now than, see? See, the moment that you start to work on your brokenness and start to put your pieces back together, you are now going to allow people in your life to start to 10x your value. Because now they see the uniqueness in you because you put it back together. You see, when you're in brokenness, you look like everyone else. But when you're doing the work and you're putting your pieces back together, you stand out. You're a one-of-one. And what once was $150 is now, for minimum, we can sell this for $1,500. The same pieces, the same person. You're just repurposed. And when you have a partner that sees that in you, see, they can't do that if your pieces are just laying on the floor. They can't see how they're supposed to put it back together, but they can see how to 10x your value. So whether you're struggling with your fitness, you're struggling with your business, your relationship, I don't know what it is, but this message is for you if you're waiting for everything to be perfect. You're waiting for everything to be just right. You're waiting for the right time, the opportunity. I'm telling you, it's not going to come. You have to start putting the pieces back together. Yes, you're not going to know the end result. You're not going to know how long it takes. You're not going to have all the resources that are necessary right now to finish the job, but you definitely have all the resourcefulness. We're just missing your decision. So as I'm in this hot-ass gym, walking back and forth, I hope this message hits you in your spirit like it was ministering to me as I was working out. What are you waiting on? You have people in your life that can 10x your value, but it can only happen once you start to put your brokenness back together and you have something to offer. There's so much on the inside of you that could be 10x, 20x, 100x, but you're letting the pieces just lie on the floor and you're waiting for someone to come put it together for you. That's not their job. Their job is to help you reach your potential, but they can't help you reach your potential if you're staying there, sitting there with these pieces on the ground and you're not putting them back together and you have something to repurpose, repackage, and resell. Your story. This is your story, your journey. Me losing 75, 80 pounds. That's my story. That's my journey. I can sell that. I can put that message out there. I can help other people because I put the pieces back together. You are sitting on a gold mine because you are refusing to put your pieces back together. So, my friend, you have a decision to make. What's it going to be? Are you going to continue to stay in brokenness? Are you going to continue to lie here and wait for the right opportunity or the right person? Or are you going to get off your ass, just like I had to, and just like everyone else that you admire, and you're going to put one foot in front of the other, and you're going to stop asking, what do I do now? What do I do next? Who's going to help me? Where do I go? How much is it going to cost? Listen, the only person that you need to go to is God. He will provide the way. Giving my life to Christ was the best decision ever made in my life because it was a submission that I'm never going to know everything, but I'm trusting you. But I cannot allow him to work in my life if I just let my pieces stay on the ground. Faith without works is dead. You sitting there with your pieces on the ground, waiting for someone to help you, is not operating in faith. You are wishing. This is not a Disney cartoon. This is real life, and God is real. And I don't know the God that you serve, but the God that I serve didn't create me to be mediocre and to sit around and watch life pass me by while I'm watching people that aren't as talented, aren't as gifted as me in what I do continue to walk past me by miles. I'm tired of sitting back and waiting for pieces to start putting themselves back together when it's my job. You're waiting for me to put my pieces back together. The reason why you're listening to this is because I decided to put my pieces back together. You have a crowd, you have an audience, you have people that are wanting to be inspired and encouraged by your art, your creativity, your message, your business, your journey, but they're waiting for you to put your pieces back together, and you not doing it is selfish. You're selfish. You are freaking selfish, just like I was. It's time, my friend. It's time. We're waiting for you, and we're waiting on you. But I'll tell you this, we're not going to wait all day. I love you so much. Be safe, be blessed, and thank you for listening to this special El Salvador episode in this hot-ass gym of Done, Not Perfect.